Hi, good morning. Welcome back to another video chat, and today we are talking about nurturing millennials in your business. Let's find out the key factors that will make you successful. As humans, there are not much difference between the baby boomers, us, and the millennials. The only thing is, what is the cultural difference that will help you, the entrepreneur, the business owners, the top managers, to be able to adapt these new talents? I'm going to share 5 points here in this video today. The first point would be work-life balances. Now, like it or not, millennials are not cows and bulls, and they grew up in an environment which was developed, influential, or already well provided for. What are they looking for? 3 key points in a work-life balance. One is flexible work hours. Or flexible, not that there's no discipline, but be able to give that little leeway whereby, hey, today we start 1 hour earlier, later, or an alternative arrangements on certain days that will help them be able to cope, because end of the day is they've never been to war, right? And second thing is remote work options. During the COVID time, this was made popular because of the widespread disease. And after opening up, people expect it so because it became an habit. So therefore, keep it open. Some days come, some days don't come. Okay, but don't come, don't keep on harping on the KPI. But do the other way. It's also called KPI, it's called keep people interested. What then would be keeping people interested, especially the millennials? Catch out for my article linked in the description. Now, the third point we want to talk about work-life balance for the millennium are collective time off. Why do I say collective time off? You know, during our time when you work shift, right? Generally speaking, you work 3 days and you have 1 day off, or you work a weekend and then you have time off. Will this work for the millennium? No, don't think so. Collective time off is important because the millennium need time to reconstruct, need time to take things in, need time to develop. Just as when we are younger, we also need time to develop our full potential. In that today's pace of life, right? Everything is so developed. The internet is a criminal in some sense. At the same time, it has advanced our society. So therefore, collective time off is important for millennials. Now, the second point we want to share with you in this video is that a millennium coming into your company is no longer called work like shit and follow my job spec. The second point, collective collaboration, okay, and not a fixated job scope. Job scope is necessary in all functional aspects of a business, but however, create space, create an environment that's open, right? Open, that doesn't mean no law, no discipline, but open whereby you literally have active listening. And at the same time also, decide to have cross-department exploration, meaning you can start a project, don't just depend on one department, but bring in diverse department that can come in and contribute ideas. You may never know, you may have a hidden germ or talent in the other departments that you can nurture as well. Point number 3 for the millennium, which is important, is called recognition and improvement. Now, how does it work? You need to create a space, a schedule, okay, and a program that you can have regular feedbacks. Why? If something matters to the millennium, they bring it up, meaning to say they care about the future. So therefore, not like Singapore lah, everything complain king, and then keyboard warrior a lot. But nevertheless, feedbacks are a regular loop in the business that you want to continuously work with millennials. And recognition of work. Why do I say recognition of work? When we're younger, we also want to be recognized, except that recognition back then wasn't so high on the agenda. But millennials are such that they recognize people patting on the back, they recognize people giving awards. At the same time, also they recognize their effort are taken into consideration in all ways. And the third point in recognition and improvement would be engagement. Now, engagement to many bosses are mindless, because what the hell do I want to talk? I give you money, I want you to work. But think about that. If nobody works for you, what's worse? So Engagement could be as simple as a short coffee talk, a short little chat, 10 minutes to say, how are you today? What can we do to do things better? If not, what are the project status that you need support, etc., etc. There's so many things for engagement, right? The fourth point in having a successful integration of millennials as your young talents in your business is what we call diversity and inclusiveness. This I want to share because recently I hit a project that is very diverse in different business types. And for business owners, it may be a challenge for you to be able to be diverse in a sense whereby you have teams from different walks of life. And you are very inclusive in the ability of people. But what's more important is when you create a diverse and inclusive environment is that somebody has the mindset and drive to want to go to finish the endpoint of a project. So being diverse, meaning it says you include people that you think or you thought that could never make it in the project, but that mindset, the psychological, what's that called, advantage that he or she, the talents, exhibit that can bring a project another level. So diversity, that's for you, the business owners, especially so because I run a business. Now on the fifth part is the final part, which is important as with any other business. When we bring in a talent, I always share with the people I work with is that I'm responsible for your 3 meals on the table for life, as long as you don't leave me, right? So therefore, growth and development as a business owner, we would be looking at the following 3 points. Development program. When somebody comes on in, consciously build that program and says, you know what, today after you finish your apprenticeship, we would like you to move on to a regular post. And in the regular post, we have a framework that says in 6 months, we'll review your efficacy, your talents, okay, your KPI standards. Now the KPI is not key performance indicator with millennials, it's called keep people interested, a new KPI. And therefore, how do you keep people interested and not shifting to another office? Why? If they switch to another office work, you just lost all your time nurturing a talent that just came in today. And the second point of growth and development is that workshop sharing and program sharing. It is ultimately important to be able to expose what's that called the millennium to head a training that whereby they can be seen, heard, felt, and recognized. And very importantly, mentorship as well. Mentorship to me as a business owner is important because I'm doing coaching and it helps me nurture a new talent into my future resource. Thank you for watching. My name is ST.